live from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Myself, Ryan Gilder, and myself. No, we also got some other people here today. We got Patrick Hogan and Donovan Hicks with us today. It's going to be a good one today. It is a must-win game for the Hustlin Rebels. You got Zach Simon on the bump today. What are you looking out for, Donovan?
Really, at this game, I'm looking for Simon to get off to a good start here. It's going to be key for the Rebels to get on top early and for the bullpen and the starting pitching to hold up, I think.
Well, the only good thing about the Hustlin Rebels last 5 games is that they've been ahead all 5 games. The only issue is that they've only won 2 of their last 5. So get ahead early, that's important, but make sure you hold on to the lead. And it's going to be a little bit, I feel like both brothers. I mean, Zach Simon, but also maybe Sam Simon later in the game. Nick Rupp and Jack Cloninger have already been used.
Yeah, I think that's really going to be the key here is that they want to use only those 2 pitchers. Again, you're going to have another really tight series coming up, too, that you're going to have to win at Fresno State, maybe even sweep the series. So it's going to be really important. So for Simon here, I'd like to see a lot of strikes thrown early, not using a lot of pitches to open up this ballgame.
So let's look at the lineups for today. For the New Mexico Lobos, batting first is Jeffrey David. Batting second is Lenny Jr. Ashby. Batting third is Braden Runyon. Batting fourth is Reed Spinrath. Batting fifth is Jake Holland. Batting sixth is Justin Olson. Batting seventh is Devin Dixon. Batting eighth is Jason Weisenborn. Weisenborn his first home run of the season on Friday night. And batting ninth is Dylan Ditzenberger. And pitching today is Isaac Gallegos.
Yeah, Isaac Gallegos coming into this game, a record of 4-1 and a 3.25 ERA. He's had almost 53 innings pitched, and in that time, 45 strikeouts, only 22 walks. So it's going to be really important here for the Rebels to get on top of him early.
University of New Mexico, the center fielder, number 7, Jeffrey David.
So we're going to get things started today with Jeffrey David. Yesterday, he had a day where he didn't get a hit. He went 0 for 4, but got on by a walk. First pitch is going to be a dribbler over to the second baseman. It's going to be a quick throw and a quick out to start off the day. Playing second base today is Noah Rodriguez.
Batting second,
and now bring
34, left fielder Lenny Jr. Ashby.
As you hear there from the PA announcer, Lenny Jr. Ashby stepping up to the plate right now. Ashby so far batting .364 on the season, as well as 40 RBIs. He'd like to get it started here for the Lobos.
Yeah, Ashby also did not get a hit yesterday, went 0 for 4, got on by a walk as the first pitch hits outside corner for a strike.
Exactly what we were looking for there.
0-1 count here to Ashby. The 1-0 hits the ground, and it's going to be a 2-0 count.
Yeah, Ashby so far, 16 doubles on the year. He was able to do that here, put a runner in scoring position for the Lobos early.
And that one's high and away to make the count 2-1. 2-1, Simon deals. It's a fly ball hit over the left field. Jay Sharman's making a play on it, and he drops the ball, and it goes foul. Good thing for Sharman it goes foul, but it was borderline, and it just went off of his glove. Just a ball that popped out. It didn't look like it went through or anything. It didn't look like it was a tough catch either.
Yeah, it looked like he had tracked that one pretty well into the corner. Maybe the sun got in his eyes just a little bit out of the palm of the glove and just kind of squirts out to the left side.
Well, the good news for Sharman there is so far no harm, no foul because the ball was foul. If that was fair, that would have been a one-out double there for Ashby.
Yeah, because Ashby was running hard on the box, too. He realized that there was a chance that one might get down.
Well, if it's a fair ball, you got to run. Now the 2-2. Simon deals. It's a grounder that Myro has a little bit of trouble with. Throws over to first. It's not going to be in time. And that will be a one-out single there by Lenny Jr. Ashby.
Yeah, Ashby able to get on now, but Myro there, really hard play to make, a hard chopper towards the gap. He tries to pick it on a hop, just kind of can't get it in the webbing. Squirts out, and he can't get it over to first base.
Now up is the designated hitter, Braden Runyon. Runyon yesterday went 0 for 5. The 1-2-3 batters were not productive last night, as the first pitch of the fastball low and inside, taken for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Runyon. Runner on first is Ashby. Now Simon deals. Fastball low inside and called a ball. So today's zoned a little bit tighter than Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday, normally a ball off the plate was normally called a strike, but now that was called a ball to 2-0. It's a foul ball out of play. It's now a 2-1 count.
Yeah, you're looking here, running to find just a little bit more production in the top half of that order. That's why UNLV was able to jump out to that lead yesterday and was able to maintain it, was just because the non-productiveness from the top half of this Lobos lineup.
Now a 2-1. Simon is set, deals. It's going to be a foul ball that bounces and hits Runyon on the foot, and it makes the count now 2-2.
It's been a great job by Simon so far. That even if he finds himself down in the count, he's able to climb back into it. 2-2 count now. It's Runyon.
2-2 count. Runner on first is Lenny Jr. Ashby. 1 out in the top of the first inning. 0-0 is the score. Here's a 2-2. It's a ground ball over to third base. Murphy throws it over to Rodriguez at second. Throw to first is not in time. So it'll be a fielder's choice on the docket, but is 2 outs now of a runner on first, which is Braden
Batting
Runyon.
fourth, the right fielder, number 30, Reed Spinrath.
Now I'll bring up Spinrath here. Trying to get out of this inning quickly, send themselves to the bottom half of the inning, get the bats a chance to get going, maybe jump out to another early lead.
But now up is Reed Spinrath. Started off the 4th and 6th inning with a home run. 2 home runs last night and a home run on Friday. 3 home runs so far this weekend as the first pitch is a high outside breaking ball taken for a ball. Spinrath has 18 home runs this season. One of the most productive hitters on this Lobos team, has the most home runs on the team. As the one of those taken for a ball outside makes the count 2-0. A hitter's count here for Spinrath.
Yeah, definitely a tighter strike zone, as you mentioned. It's kind of going both ways to both lefties and righties.
Now the 2-0. Simon is set, deals. It's a fastball, hits the outside corner for a strike. It's now a 2-1 count.
Simon trying to work the corners of the strike zone so far, trying to get a feel for that new strike zone.
Now 2-1, Simon is set. Deals to the plate. It's a high fastball, swung and missed that by Spinrath. It's now a 2-2 count.
Haven't seen much outside of the fastball yet from Simon. Would be interested to see if he goes for something off speed here.
The 2-2 count here. Deuces are wild with 2 outs. Runner on first is Braden Runyon. The 2-2 is fouled off into the protective netting towards the third base side, and the count will stay at 2-2. Now the 2-2. Simon is set. Deals. Just off the outside corner, and it's going to be ball 3. So full count here to Reed Spinrath. Runner on first will be running here, Braden Runyon. Simon is set. Deals, runner's going. It's going to be a swing and a miss on that high outside fastball by Spinrath, and that will end the top of the first inning. 1 hit for the Lobos, but 1 left on base as well as they go into the bottom of the first inning without a run. 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first.
Hey fans, if you're hungry or thirsty today, you're going to want to head over to Smokin' Sam's concession stand. Don't miss out on $5 Bloody Marys, Bellinis, and Jason Momoa's this afternoon while supplies last. UNLV Baseball wants to thank Smokin' Sam's for their continued support of the program. Leading off for the Hustlin' Rebels, right fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Now up is Alex Pimentel to lead off for the Hustlin' Rebels. Yesterday, he got on by a hit by pitch on the first pitch yesterday. But today on the mound is Isaac Gallegos. Has a 4-1 record in 9 games started. Has a 3.25 ERA. And looks to win the series here for the Lobos. As the first pitch is a low and away fastball taken for ball 1.
Yeah, it's something to mention here. 45 strikeouts compared to 22 walks. He's definitely going to try and get ahead of these UNLV batters.
Now, Gallegos throws the ball in the high 80s as the 1-0 is swung out and missed for strike 1 by Pimentel.
Ever since Pimentel's been moved up in this UNLV order, he's found a lot of success, a real speed and power threat.
On the 1-1's a breaking ball taken for ball 2. 2-1 count to Pimentel. Now 2-1, Gallegos deals. Fastball low and away, taken for ball 3. So now it's a 3-1 count to Pimentel.
Yeah, real hitters count here, looking for anything that he can drive that's out over the middle of the plate.
On the 3-1, Gallegos winds up, deals. It's going to be a swing and a miss on a sinker that goes 90 miles an hour. Now,
Yeah.
pretty sharp movement for the amount of speed that he throws the ball at.
Yeah, definitely a lot of movement on that pitch, but it was something over the middle that maybe he could have gotten a hold of, just dropped out of the zone at the last second.
Now the full count, Gallegos deals. Fastball just outside, taken for ball 4.
Batting
Good eye by
second, the
Pimentel,
center
brings up
fielder, number
Rylan
25,
Charles.
Rylan Charles.
Pimentel starts off the UNLV afternoon real well here for leadoff runner on. Now they have a chance to Rylan Charles to advance him into scoring position.
Runner on first is Pimentel in the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 is the score as Rylan Charles comes up the bat as he takes a high fastball for ball 1.
It was a pretty lackluster
Yeah, they had a
charge
charge beat, but no, it's a charge. Now here's the 1-0. Slide step. It's going to be a high fly ball in foul territory. It's going to be close to be out of play, and it is out of play. Very close to hitting a fan. I thought it did hit a
I
fan.
think it may have accidentally hit a fan there.
Well, the fan looks fine, so I think everyone's all
Yeah.
good. It makes the count 1-1. But instead of saying charge, I felt like that would be cool if everyone just said like Charles.
Yeah, yeah, true. I would love that actually. You know, they gotta have more like fan interaction with the batters.
Well, I mean, there's in and out like gift cards given out every game, and all the 1-1's hit hard by Charles towards the right field line, and it drops foul.
Yeah, that ball actually clobbered by Charles down the inside part of the plate. Charles, a left-handed batter, turned and burned and just pulled that one foul down the right field line.
Count is now 1-2. Gallegos is set. Deals on the 1-2. And it's a slider that hits Charles, and he gets a free pass to first base.
Batting third, the catcher, number 5, Jacob Sharp.
Now Jacob Sharp is up after 2 free passes given out by Gallegos.
Yeah, and that's just not normal. Once we've got 22 walks coming into this game, now hit by a pitch and a free pass on 4 balls has runners on first and second. for
This is a
Rebels.
very similar start to last night's game. Pimentel got hit by the pitch, then Charles walked, and then Sharp hit a 3-run home run. Let's see what happens today as the first pitch is taken for a strike on the low outside part of the plate. But it was just flipped. It was Pimentel that walked today, and Charles got hit by the pitch, and yesterday it was Pimentel got hit by the pitch, and Charles walked. But 2 free passes nonetheless. Now the 0-1 is swung out and missed by Sharp to make the count 0-2.
Yeah, how nice of Charles to volunteer to get hit this time instead of Pimentel out there standing on second.
Now the 0-2. Gallegos is set. Deals. It's a slider that is outside, and Sharp does not chase it, and that'll be ball 1.
Sharp here having to protect anything close with runners on first and second here. Rebels would love to get the early lead.
Runners on first and second. Gallegos deals. Breaking ball. Sharp hits it over to left field. It's going to drop foul, and it's going to keep the count at 1-2.
Yeah, just kind of looped that one out in the left. Didn't get a lot of hard contact on that one. Either way, the count remained 1-2.
Now 1-2 count to Sharp. Runners on first and second. Pimentel's on second. Charles is on first. No outs in the bottom of the first inning. Gallegos deals. It's hit by Sharp hard towards the right side and is going to drop foul again to keep the count at 1-2.
Second time we've seen that one hopper off the wall in right field. Charles did his last at bat before he was hit. This time Sharp smashes that one to the opposite field. Just can't get it to coming foul though.
1-2 count still to Jacob Sharp. Pimentel on second. Charles on first. The 1-2 is hit right up the middle. And it's going to be a play at the plate. It's actually not going to be a play at the plate. It's going to bring the runners to the corners, and Pimentel will score. So an RBI single from Jacob Sharp.
And just like that, where UNLV wanted to get out to the early lead, a nice shot by Jacob Sharp right back up the middle. It's what you're taught to do all the way up while you're learning to play baseball, is take it right back where it comes from. And just like that, the Rebels have a 1-0 lead. Nobody out and runners on the corners, a chance to score more here.
Game number 6 in a row that the Rebels have the early lead in. Cade Higgins up with runners on the corners, no outs in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 lead for the Rebels. Gallegos deals. Higgins swings and misses on the two-seamer.
Yeah, just couldn't come up with that one. A nice pitch there by Gallegos on the outside corner. Gets Higgins swinging.
Had a little bit of tail movement there, it looked like. Now that 0-1, Gallegos sets, deals, slide step. It's going to be away, taken for ball 1.
Yeah, maybe a little anxious. Higgins coming up there after the RBI single by Sharp. Tried to get himself on the board now, trying to calm himself down. Count 1-1.
Now the 1-1, Gallegos deals, and it's away for ball 2. 2-1 count here to Higgins.
It looks like Gallegos wants that call in the outside corner, but just not getting it consistently, and that's hurting him so far to start.
Now the 2-1, Gallegos deals, slide step. It's going to be a fastball just outside, taken for ball 3. So a 3-1 count here to Cade Higgins.
Good job just by this Rebels order so far, just staying back and making sure that he pitches to them.
Now the 3-1, Gallegos deals, and it's fouled off behind to the protective netting to make the count 3-2. Full count here to Cade Higgins with the runners on the corners. On third base is Charles. On first base is Sharp.
Yeah, it looks like Gallegos here might start working the inside of the plate a little bit more, trying to get those swings and misses. He's not getting the call in the outside half.
Full count. Gallegos set. Deals. Breaking ball. Backdoor breaking ball called. Strike 3.
And that was just a great pitch there by Gallegos. He comes
The
inside
designated
with
hitter,
the
number 2,
fastball.
Adarian
Maybe he's expecting
Williams.
something that's not an off-speed pitch. He comes back on the back door, and Higgins just frozen at that pitch.
Now up is Darian Williams. Darian Williams pinched hit last game. He's injured, so he's only going to be designated hitting today. With up with 1 out, runners on the corners here. As first pitch is hit hard. Deep left field is going to stay in play as Ashby makes a play on it. But it will score Charles from third base. So it will be a sacrifice fly for Darian Williams. Had the same result last night in his 1 at-bat he had.
Yeah, and it was a great job there, making sure you get that one elevated in the left field. Plenty of time. It was there for Charles to come in and score. Just does a good job there of making sure that he knows his role.
So 2-0 Rebels. Runner on first is Jacob Sharp. After the Darian Williams sacrifice fly. Now up is Braden Murphy. Gallegos deals. First pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. It will be an 0-1 count to Murphy.
Murphy, the utility guy, would love to extend this inning for the Rebels, maybe create a little bit of a 2-out rally and extend the lead.
Now 0-1. Gallegos deals. It's off the dirt, and the catcher Holland has a little bit of trouble with it, and it will be a pass ball that advances Sharp to second base.
Yeah, it took a weird bounce there in front of the plate and comes up, and I don't even think that he was able to get a piece of that one. I believe the umpire blocked it with his chest, and it shot off to the right-hand side.
Yeah, it went on Stefan Fritzoni, the home plate umpire. 1-1 count, runner on second base for Murphy here. Now a backdoor breaking ball called for strike 2, and it's now a 1-2 count to Braden Murphy.
Yeah, that backdoor breaking ball finding its spot often than not.
Murphy last night went 3 for 3 and walked in the first inning. very productive night, and now it's an RBI opportunity with the 1-2. Swings on a breaking ball for strike 3. And that will end the first inning, but not before the Rebels score 2 runs. Rebels are up 2-0 going into the second inning. We'll be right back. Right after this, Donovan will be the play-by-play, and we got Patrick coming on the call as the color commentator. We'll be right back after this.
Hey fans, with the Contour Sports app from Cox, you can watch a game live and track multiple games at once, all right there on your TV. The Sports app is part of the new Contour from Cox. Hurry to a Cox location or visit cox.com/contour to learn more.
Here's there's actually last night's stats, so you could look at these as well. I'll take this because I'm going to use this today.
I'm tired of looking around, who's wondering what I gotta do. I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me. I'm surrounded by light. Everywhere I turn, I'm surrounded by fire.
Leading off the second for the Lobos, catcher number 18, Jake Holland.
And welcome back to a sunny afternoon here at Early Wilson Stadium. The top of the second coming to you right now. I'm Donovan Hicks on the play-by-play call, and I'm joined by Patrick Hogan here on the color commentating. And he'll bring up Holland for the Lobos. Simon, first pitch, swung on and popped high into the air. Looks like it will be fielded here by the second baseman. And that will be Rodriguez, who puts that one away for the first out of the inning.
I'll be interested.
Batting sixth, first baseman number 25, Justin Olson.
I'll be interested to see how Simon responds this inning to the strike zone. It kind of seemed in the first inning like he was trying to feel it out, figure out where the corners are going to be for the day.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like both guys were trying to figure out that strike zone.
Yeah.
It seems like that outside call is just not there for these pitchers so far, as the first pitch to the next batter is taken for a strike. Count is now 0-1 to Olson. Justin Olson so far in the year batting .377, the highest average that has been consistently inside this Lobos lineup. Next pitch is fouled straight back, so the count is now 0-2. Simon doing a great job again of getting ahead of these Lobos hitters early and often. And the next pitch, way up and away there on a fastball, so count will now be 1-2. And we trying to throw onto the timing there of Olson.
Sharp had to come out of his crouch to get that one.
Fourth pitch of the at-bat here from Simon, sets, delivers, and it is taken for strike 3, so 2 quick outs here in the top of the second inning for the Rebels. Great job here by Simon, working really quickly through this
Batting
Lobos
sixth,
order.
the second baseman number 3, Devin Dixon.
Well, you got to imagine that he's starting to feel out that zone that we were talking about earlier. We got Olson looking there.
And now that will bring up Devin Dixon. It's the first pitch from Simon. Taken for ball 1. It looked like a slider there on the inside part of the plate, maybe just a little bit too inside, so the count is 1-0.
What was it I just said?
And now that one's lined straight over the head of Paul Myro, and now it'll head in the left center. Be fielded. He'll take the turn, but he will not end up going to second base. He'll head back. So a 2-out single there for Dixon, who's batting .292 coming into that at bat, and he will surely enjoy that little boost in his batting average.
Batting eighth, the shortstop number 12, Chase Weisenborn.
And now that'll bring up Weisenborn. Chase Weisenborn batting .290 entering today. Home run, triple, and 9 doubles so far on the season for him. Simon sets, delivers the first pitch, and it will be taken for strike 1 just on the outside part of the plate.
Weisenborn's .290 average, which .290 usually considered a pretty good batting average. Well, that's the lowest average in New Mexico's lineup today, which tells you a little something about the way that they hit.
Yeah, just an offensive juggernaut so far this season for the Lobos, as the Rebels look to take this matchup in what is just an all-important game in this playoff race towards the end of the season. Next pitch was taken for a ball, third pitch now. Simon sets, throws, fouled back right over the canopy above where we are sitting. So the count is now 1-2. Simon sets, gets his sign, not even bothering with the runner on first base here. attacking Weisenborn, and that one will be taken outside for ball 2. So the Cows now even at 2-2 with the deuces wild of 2 outs here in the inning. Simon sets, kicks, fires, and it is slapped out to the second baseman here. Rodriguez, he'll field it, throw it right over to Higgins, and the Rebels will get out of the top of the second inning with relative ease. Only 1 hit allowed by Simon in that inning. When we come back, the Rebels have their second chance at bat, trying to extend their lead. Currently lead 2-0, and we'll be right back after these few songs.
Here to be a part of your Las Vegas life, and more importantly, here to help you live an even healthier one. Intermountain Health, official health partner of UNLV Athletics. Hey kids, it's our series finale, so that means you can run the bases after the game. Parents, be sure to pick up a waiver at the marketing table to sign and turn in after the game so your kids can hustle around the bases. Leading off the second for UNLV, shortstop, number 23, Paul Myro, the fourth.
And we bring you back here for the bottom of the second inning. Paul Myro leading things off for the Rebels, followed by Sharman and Rodriguez, who are due up in the bottom half of the second. Gallegos out there on the mound, going to have a look for a much better inning than in the first. Had to face 6 batters and gave up 2 runs. First pitch here from Gallegos over to Paul Myro, taken for a strike, or excuse me, taken for a ball outside. Close pitch on the outside corner, count is now 1-0. Second pitch from Gallegos as he's working quickly, taken, and it will be a ball as that one bounced in front of the plate on the outside half.
Yeah, Gallegos doesn't look particularly sharp. I'd like to see the Rebels jump on him in this inning and not let them come up for air.
Definitely looking for a better inning here is Gallegos, but the next pitch is taken for a strike. That one will be on the inside part of the plate, so count is now 1-2 actually, so one of the pitches was taken back. Scoreboard operator still trying to get things situated with the board out there. So 1-2 count. Next pitch swung on and just chopped out to the right-hand side. It'll be fielded by the first baseman, tossed over the Gallegos. So 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. A much better start than last inning.
Fielder, number 35, Jay Sharman.
That ball had some English on it going out to the first baseman Olson. Looked like he hit it with a pool cue.
And definitely spinning down the first baseline. Luckily, Olson was able to come in and field it on the grass before it hit the dirt. Might have taken a bad hop. First pitch here from Gallegos to Sharman, taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. And here comes Gallegos. Now he's starting to locate his strike zone a little bit more on those corners. Second pitch from Gallegos. He sets, gets his sign, delivers. And it swung on and chopped right back to Gallegos, but it will be ruled a foul ball. It looked like it went off the foot there. Sharman, they'll give him a little bit of a chance to breathe. Sharman comes into this at bat, batting .213. Obviously a low batting average, but he has come through in some big moments for the Rebels this season. 1-2 count here to Gallegos, looking to try and get a leadoff runner for the Rebels. Third pitch of the at-bat taken as that one's going to bounce in front of the plate, so now the count is 1-2 as he looks to mark his way back into the AB. Gallegos sets, throws, interested to see if he throws an off speed here, and he does. A curveball that just hits the dirt.
Boy, did he.
Hits the dirt there in front of Sharman.
Batting
Sharman was not able to
ninth,
read it
second baseman,
effectively.
number 6,
So a strikeout
Noah
there.
Rodriguez.
And now with 2 outs, they'll bring up Noah Rodriguez at the bottom part of the lineup. So far, a pretty quick bottom half of the second inning here is the first pitch. Taking for a strike there from Gallegos. Noah Rodriguez, the freshman, seen a lot more action in recent games as they come down to home stretch of the Rebel season. Second pitch taken outside, a changeup there. Doesn't find a strike zone, so Cows even at 1-1 so far. Rodriguez batting .286, 20 games played, only his 6th start. And the next pitch here from Gallegos, taken outside. So count is now 2-1 with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Rebels leading 2-0 with 1 hit and 1 error on their side of the scoreboard. On the other side, 2 hits for the Lobos, but nothing to show for it. Next pitch from Gallegos, swung on and chopped to the third baseman. He'll throw it over to Olsen. He'll take care of that one. So that'll end the 2nd inning. Very quick inning there. Scoreline does not change. It is still 2-0 Rebels, and Zach Simon will take the mound for the top of the 3rd when we come back.
All right, fans, it's time for Rebel Baseball Trivia. So take a look at the big board for today's question. The question is, in what year did Earl E. Wilson Stadium open? You've got 4 options on the board. If you think you know the answer, head over to the marketing table. And if your answer is correct and you're picked as the lucky winner today, we will announce that winner later in the game. Good luck. Leading off the top of the 3rd, third baseman, number 33, Dylan Ditzenberger.
It's the 3rd inning at Earl E. Wilson Stadium, University of New Mexico and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Dylan Ditzenberger, the 3rd baseman and 9th hitter for New Mexico, will step in now to face Zach Simon. Simon has his sign, and here it comes. And that one's high, shoulder height to Ditzenberger for ball 1. Ditzenberger, I think, must be taking a page out of Willie Mays' book because his cap keeps flying off when he starts running. And this one is chopped on the ground to short. Fielded, thrown cleanly to first base, and Ditzenberger's retired.
Next up, center fielder, number 7, Jeffrey David.
Jeffrey David now, the leadoff hitter for New Mexico. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to second his first time.
Yeah, this New Mexico 1-2-3 part of the lineup, not really productive last night. Let's see if they can make an adjustment today.
That's right. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a strike. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And that one is popped, not very high in the air. Sharp gets out of his crouch to his right, and he puts it away. So 2 quick outs for Zach Simon.
Now batting the left fielder, number 34, Lenny Jr. Ashby.
And now Ashby, who reached base his first time on a single.
And got a little lucky there because of a fly ball that was shot by
That's right.
Sharman that went foul, and then he hit a hard ground ball over to the left side.
The first pitch is taken for a strike, low and inside. And in fact, his single also could have been an out, but wasn't quite fielded cleanly by the shortstop Myro. Now that one's also taken for a low strike, 0-2. Looked a little bit low in this caster's opinion, but I'm not calling the strikes. And now the 0-2 is taken low and away. The count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you can look how Ashby's been hitting so far this game. Everything's been going opposite field, going to the left side of the field. Let's see what he does here on the 1-2.
And he skies this one, a high pop fly. The shortstop, Myro, he's calling for it, waving everybody away, and he puts it away. So it's a very quick 1-2-3 inning, a strong inning for Simon. We'll go to the last half of the 3rd. It's 2-0 UNLV.
Rebels fans, season tickets for the 23-24 season for both men's and women's basketball are now on sale. Be sure to renew yours today or get new season tickets starting at just $115 for your Runnin' Rebels and $75 for your Lady Rebels. For more information, visit unlvtickets.com. Leading off the top of the third for the Hustlin' Rebels, right fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
It's the last half of the third. UNLV leads New Mexico 2-0. The Rebels will send the top of their lineup to the plate. Pimentel, Charles, and Sharp. Pimentel walked his first time, later came around to score. He'll face Gallegos again, who will try to clean up his act a little bit. Here's the first pitch, and that's a big swing and a miss on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
And Gallegos had a really good second inning, went
did.
1, 2, 3.
He did.
So feels like he cleaned it up a little bit from the first inning to the second.
And that's correct. Now the 0-1 is low and away for ball one. Charles on deck, Sharp in the hole. Here's the 1-1 from Gallegos. And another swing and a miss. Looked like he took a little something off it. He keeps working the outer half of the plate, Gallegos does. And so far in this at bat, it seems to be working. He's got it 1-2. Here's the kick and the pitch. And same general location, but he misses with this one, so the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he hit a batter earlier in the game with Ryland Charles, and sometimes after you hit a batter, you're afraid to go inside
Right.
later in the game. So let's see if Gallegos does go inside again here on the 2-2.
Here's his 2-2. And it's outside once more, and the count will go full.
Because an adjustment as a hitter, once you see a pitcher's throwing only outside, you creep a little bit closer to the plate and get more plate coverage with the bat if you know he's not going to throw inside.
Get your arms extended a little bit. Now the full count pitch, and he walked him. It's a little bit low and away, so a nice at bat there by Pimentel. And that's 2 walks for him today. We'll see if they can bring him around to score a second time.
Also, watch out for the tendency that we saw with the pitches going only outside. Let's see if Gallegos will throw any inside pitches in this at bat against Ryland Charles, because he also hit Ryland Charles in the first inning.
That's
so let's
right.
see what happens here.
Charles, a left-handed hitter. Now the first pitch is skied in the air, foul. That'll be out of play off to the left. Titzenberger, this time his cap didn't fly off. He didn't run quite hard enough. I was talking about Willie Mays earlier. So the great Hall of Fame center fielder Willie Mays used to wear a cap that was 1 or 2 sizes too big.
Yeah, that's
so that
about
when
to say.
he'd,
I think Titzenberger's cap
yeah.
is too big for him. Also, it's the hair. He has a mullet.
Yeah, I think that's why he wants that hair to fly free. Here's the 0-1, and that's on the inside corner for a strike.
I like what Gallegos is doing. Like, he's able to throw that inside fastball. He's not scared to throw it at all. I like what he's doing there.
Here's the 0-2, and it's inside, and the catcher, Holland, has to rouse out of his reverie a little bit to make sure that it doesn't go behind him. But no harm, no foul. It'll be 1-2 with the runner Pimentel at first base. Now Gallegos sets. And he comes home with the 1-2, and that's inside again. 2-2. I think it must have something to do with his repertoire. He just likes to work that particular part of the plate.
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. Yeah, he's only working the right side of the plate. He's
That's
not,
right.
Doesn't matter if it's right or left-handed batters.
Yeah.
So inside to the left-handed batters, outside to the right-handed batters.
See what he does here. 2-2. The runner goes. It's inside for a ball. The throw down to second, and he is out. The throw came in a little bit to the shortstop Weissenborn's left.
It went more to his glove side, and I don't know. I didn't see him get him, but hey, I mean, the umpire there at second base over there, Wolverton, had a better view than me on it. But that's a good job there, getting out there on Pimentel.
So now the full count pitch with 1 away to Charles is chopped foul off to the left just a little bit, just a little squibber out near the plate. And the count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now with 1 away in the inning after the runner Pimentel was retired in the caught stealing. And Gallegos is ready. Here's the pitch. And this is fouled again. Off out of play to the left. And we'll reset and do it one more time. For the Rebels, 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. That was the fly ball that was dropped in foul territory in the first. And for New Mexico, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. Here's the full count pitch. And that's popped up in the air. Shortstop Weissenborn, he's shading his eyes with his glove, but he says he's got it. Now he reaches back into his left, a little bit off balance, but he makes the catch,
Number 5, Jacob
and Charles is
Sharp.
retired. Jacob Sharp now, the 3rd place hitter for UNLV, and he's 1 for 1 with an RBI single.
I mean, it was looking like there was going to be at least one runner on for Jacob Sharp here, but now it's 2 outs, no one on.
Well, he'll have to make something happen all on his own. Here's the first pitch now, and there's a big swing and a miss. It'll make it 0-1. New Mexico wearing their red caps, turquoise tops with white and red trim. And there's one that's lined for a base hit. Nope, it'll hang up for the right fielder Spenrath. Had a little bit too much heat on it and hung up there for him to put Sharp away. So UNLV is retired. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's 2-0. UNLV leads New Mexico.
Rebels fans, cheer on head coach Barry Odom and your UNLV Rebels football team at Allegiant Stadium with season tickets this fall. Season tickets are for all 6 home games, including a non-conference showdown against Vanderbilt and the 9th Island showdown against Hawaii. Visit UNLVtickets.com or call 702-739-FANS to get your tickets today. Leading off the 4th for UNM, designated hitter number 15, Braden Runyon.
Now up is Braden Runyon, designated hitter for the Lobos to start off the top of the 4th. Score is 2-0 in favor of the Hustlin Rebels. Now the 4th inning is the inning that the Lobos love to score in. Now the first pitch is a little dribbler off to the right side where Noah Rodriguez gathers it, throws it over to first, and retires Runyon in time.
Yeah, nice job there by Rodriguez. Make sure he moves over into the hole, makes a nice play. Gets the guy out at
Next
first,
up,
and
the
just
right
like that,
fielder,
Runyon
number
0 for
30,
2. He had a
Reed
fielder's choice in
Spinrath.
that last at bat. Now the ground out to Rodriguez.
Now up is Reed Spinrath. If you go by pattern, he hit 1 home run on Friday, hit 2 on Saturday. So does that mean 3 on Sunday? Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. A real big power threat in this Lobos lineup. It's the first pitch.
First pitch hits outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 count to Spinrath. Spinrath started off the first inning with a strikeout. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Simon deals. It's a ground ball over to first base. Higgins able to gather it and takes it to first base unassisted and records out.
A nice play there by Higgins. That ground ball took a little bit of a hop at first off the grass. Make sure he comes behind the bag. Gives him plenty of time to make that play. Runs over, tags first. 2 away here as Simon has just been working really quickly.
Oh, absolutely. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Now up is Jake Holland, the catcher. First pitch hits inside corner for strike 1. 0-1 count to Holland. Simon deals a breaking ball that hits the ground. And it's now a 1-1 count.
Yeah, Sharp just completely lost that one. Bounces in front of the plate. Looks like it went off his chest protector and went over the head of Holland. And went everywhere.
Holland, his first at bat, flew out to the second baseman. Now it's a ground ball. Myro gathers, throws, and retires Holland for a 1-2-3 inning. Score is still 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be right back right after the music.
Hey fans, your Hustlin' Rebels will be right back here at Irv E. Wilson Stadium for the final home series of the season beginning May 18th against Air Force. First pitch is set for 6:05 p.m. We hope to see you there. off the bottom of the fourth for UNLV. First baseman, number 14, Cade Higgins.
Now up is Cade Higgins for his second at bat of the game. He struck out in the first inning looking on a 3-2 count. Now he's up for a second at bat in the bottom of the fourth inning. Rebels lead 2-0.
Yeah, Higgins looking to get on early here for the Rebels.
Now Gallegos' first pitch is a breaking ball away, taken for ball 1.
Higgins came into this game batting .283. Would love to get a leadoff runner for the Rebels. Try and spark this bottom half of the order.
On a 1-0 is a fastball that hits outside corner for strike 1. A 1-1 count to Cade Higgins.
Seems like the outside corner getting called a little bit more here as this game goes on.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Now here's the 1-1. Gallegos deals on the 1-1. It's a fly ball over to left field. Ashby has a read on it. Shaking off the sun, and he drops the ball. It's going to be 2 bases there. Higgins is advancing to second, and he gets there. And the sun bothered Ashby a little bit too much there.
Next up, the
And that gets
designated
Cade
hitter,
Higgins on
number 2,
second base on an error.
Williams.
Yeah, and it's almost similar to the one that Sharman had that ended up going foul back in the
Yeah.
first inning. The sun must be really brutal above the canopy here on early Wilson and just shielding himself. Lucky he didn't get injured there. That fly ball, if his glove wasn't there, would have hit him right in the head.
Well, it used to happen to me all the time. I wasn't the best baseball player growing up. Now, Darian Williams up with a runner on second. That's Higgins after the error. Left field, there's a little dribbler hit to the pitcher. Gallegos throws over to first. No runners will advance, and it will just be a simple 1-3.
Interesting couple first at bats
Now
there for
batting
Williams.
the third
Sacrifice
baseman,
fly and then the
number 4,
dribbler right back.
Yeah,
to
and
the
also
pitcher.
yesterday his only at bat was a sacrifice fly, so that's his first actual at bat of the series.
So you taking my seat? You think you own the place? Or
So it-
Now up is Braden Murphy. First pitch to Murphy is a inside breaking ball taken for ball 1.
count is now 1-0.
Runner on second is Cade Higgins with the leadoff air double. Here's the 1-0. Gallegos deals. It's outside and taken for ball 2. Yeah, so on the scorebook, it's an error that Higgins advanced to second on.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-base error. Not often you see that.
There's a 2-0. Gallegos deals. It's high and away, taken for ball 3. Murphy now has a 3-0 count. Murphy so far 0 for 1 today. Ended the first inning with a strikeout.
You would think that Murphy taking all the way here.
Well, that's what we think, but the Rebels have to win today, so they might be a little unorthodox. So here's a 3-0. It's taken right down the middle for strike 1.
One that Murphy could have crushed there if he actually had gotten a green light, but wasn't up there.
There's the 3-1. Gallegos looks over to second, deals to the plate. Murphy hits it over. It's going to be fielded by Dixon in second. No, he has some trouble if it's not going to be able to make the play. But only 1 base advance by Higgins. The runners will be at the corners here with what I would call an error. I would call it an error in my book.
I don't think so. I mean, he would have been too fast. I think he would have beaten that out anyway.
Yeah, so it's going to be an infield single there for Murphy.
Interested what they see, and I think they do call an error on the scoreboard.
No, they didn't.
don't.
No, they called it a hit. But they didn't call Higgins an error. So a little differential between us and scoreboard. And now up is Paul Myra. First pitch taken low and away. Now, what was Star Wars Episode number 2? I don't know. What was it?
Episode 2 or Episode 4? Yeah,
Attack of the Clones. Nah, that's not really a good theme for this at bat.
No.
Here's the 1-0. Myra fouls it off behind the canopy, makes it now a 1-1 count. What about what was Episode 4? That was
Empire Strikes Back.
Right? Yeah.
No, that's a New Hope. Empire.
Oh, 4.
That
Yeah,
is
4 is a New Hope.
5 is Strikes Back, right?
Yes.
And then
And
6 is Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm a Star Wars expert all of a sudden. So maybe Myro could be the new hope here for the Rebels in the bottom of the 4th inning.
They're not losing right now, though. So you
No,
can't be
they
a
need
new
to
hope.
win today. Though.
Yeah.
They need to win. But here's the 1-1 taken low and away.
Good eye there by Myro. Make sure he's leaving all those fastballs that are off the plate and not trying to roll over. Maybe he couldn't do a double play like Gallegos wants him to.
Absolutely. 2-1, definitely look out for that low breaking ball. Now here's the pitch. It's hit hard by Myro, right center. It's going to stay in play. It's going to be fielded by Spinrath at right field, but it's going to advance from third to home, Cade Higgins, and that will be another run there.
It'll be a sacrifice
At
fly,
the
second
plate,
one we've
left
seen so
fielder, number
far in this game.
35,
The Rebels take the 3-0 lead.
Sharman.
Now up is Jay Sharman, struck out in the second inning, and the score is now 3-0 in favor of the Hustlin Rebels.
Sharman last at bat struck out on 4 pitches, so look to maybe see a couple more in this at bat.
The first pitch to Sharman, it's a foul ball that hits the backstop. It's going to be an 0-1 count.
One just off the end of the bat there, a little bit in front of that off-speed pitch.
Now 3-0 lead for the Hustlin Rebels. Runner on first as there's a ball off the dirt that's gathered up by Holland. No runners advanced. Runner on first is Braden Murphy. Runner on first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rebels up 3-0 as Gallegos deals. It's hit to the left side, foul, and it's going to make the count 1-2.
Just misses the light post out behind left field near the bullpen for the Lobos.
And there's a kid that's mad that the ball went outside the stands. He wanted to catch that one. Now here's the 1-2. Gallegos set. Deals, slide step. It's a backdoor breaking ball called. Strike 3. The second one of those today. And that will end the bottom of the 4th inning. Rebels lead 3-1. We'll be right back in the 5th inning. Donovan's going to be play-by-play and Patrick will be color. We'll be back right after this.
Hey fans, the Rebel Athletic Fund is the team behind the teams, generating critical resources to support all UNLV student athletes. Learn more about how you can help graduate leaders, win championships, and help our student athletes excel in all that they do by visiting rebelathleticfund.com. Leading off the top of the 5th for the Lobos, first baseman, number 25, Justin Olson.
And we bring you back here for the top of the 5th inning. Justin Olson leads off for the Lobos as they look to maybe scratch their first run of the ball game across here. The Rebels currently leading 3-0. 3 hits to their name along with an error. The Lobos 2 hits so far in the first 4 innings. First pitch taken for a ball here. Simon looking for a quick strike, couldn't find it. Simon sets, delivers. Second pitch of the at-bat, taken for ball 2. Count is now 2-0 to Olson. Olson is first at-bat. Caught looking in the backdoor slider from Simon. Next pitch is swung on and crushed. Belted to deep right, and that baby is long gone. Olson just clobbers a fastball over the heart of the plate, and I think that thing may have gone over the light pole in right field. A towering shot, and just like that,
He did not miss that at all.
They do scratch the first run of the ball game across. So the Rebels now lead 3-1.
Next up,
We'll see how Simon
number
responds to it.
3,
He'd been
Devin
really
Dixon.
pitching a gem of a game up until that long home run from Olson.
Now that will bring up Dixon. Count is quickly 0-1 from the first pitch from Simon. Dixon is first at bat. Got on via the single. Next pitch from Simon. Chopped right back up the middle. Myro, a nice play. Lays out for it over to first base. He will not get it in time. And it will be Sharp to back up the throw. that Higgins could not pick, so the runner remained on first base. An absolutely amazing effort there from Myro.
Now batting
Oh,
the
yeah.
shortstop,
Give that man
number
an
12,
A.
Chase Weisenborn.
Stops that one going back up the middle, just can't quite get him. Dixon, a speedy runner. Now that will bring up Weisenborn. So back-to-back hits here to open up 5th inning for the Lobos. First pitch to Weisenborn, slider taken for a strike, count is 0-1. If you're Simon here, maybe looking to get a double play, trying to get 2 outs and rebound here in this 5th inning. Simon sets, second pitch, swung on and popped towards the first base side. It's Higgins who tries to get a read on it, and he will, and put it away for the first out of the inning. And now it'll bring up Ditzenberger, who currently is 0 for 1 with a ground out to Paul Myro.
At the plate, third baseman, number 33, Dylan
See if that kind of has a
Ditzenberger.
calming effect on Simon now that he's got his first out of the inning. A double play can get him out of it.
Yeah, definitely looking for the double play ball here. Would expect to see a lot of fastballs in the lower half of the zone or off-speed pitches at that matter. First pitch, definitely low and away, but count is 1-0, taken for a ball. Ditzenberg was able to get on here. It does bring up the top half of this Lobos lineup that could be dangerous here for Simon. Next pitch, fastball, outside part of the plate. That one called for a strike, so count is now 1-1. Trying to avoid the inner part of the plate here to Ditzenberger. He didn't with Olsen, and that's what hurt him. And that one's going to be slapped there to the left field line. It will be foul. Ditzenberger just trying to fight that one off on the outside part of the zone. Thought it was a strike. Could have gone either way, I think.
Yeah, half-hearted swing on that one.
So count is now 1-2 to Ditzenberger, 1 away. Simon looking to rebound after the Olsen home run and the single from Dixon. That one again slapped off there, a foul, and it's going to go right off the palm tree, right behind the bleachers on the left-hand side.
He couldn't have done that if he'd tried.
There's only a total of 6 palm trees on that left-hand side, and they're pretty spaced out.
And thin, too.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Well, too bad this is not cricket. The next one's grounded to third base. A nice play here by Murphy. He throws across, but he cannot get the runner in Ditzenberger. Nice job there from Murphy to try and throw that one across, but throws pulls Higgins off the bag. Even if it didn't, it would have been a close play. Ditzenberger has speed, so now runners on first and second with only 1 away, and it does bring up David, who currently is 0 for 2. But so far coming into this game was batting .305 with a total of 39 RBIs. So he is a very big threat as long as 3 home runs. A home run here would put the Lobos in the lead.
Well, it's the highest stress inning for Simon so far. We'll see how he responds. He's still 1 ground ball away from getting out of this if they can turn the double play.
First pitch here, Simon sets, checks back the runner at second and delivers. Slider at the upstairs part of the zone. Count is now 0-1 and a dangerous pitch there to be throwing. Don't want to have those off speeds sit in the top half of that zone.
He's living dangerously in this inning.
Checks back the runner at second, a second pitch, another off speed, but that one does not catch the zone, kind of a little bit more inside. So the count is now 1-1, 1 away here. Rebels up 3-1. And this is the first inning where the Lobos have shown signs of life. A home run from Olsen has sparked this inning. 2 runners on now. Next pitch here from Simon, swung on and missed by David.
Ryan was commenting before the game when we were talking about this New Mexico lineup that they have a tendency to be a little quiet in the first portion of the game and then suddenly wake up. And, well, that's holding true so far.
It's those big innings that have hurt UNLV all season. Trying to limit the damage here. Next pitch from Simon, swung on, chopped over to the left side, fielded by Murphy, over to Rodriguez, but they will not be able to turn 2 here. They will get the runner at second, so now runners on the corners are 2 away.
Now batting the left fielder, number 34, Lenny Jr. Ashby.
So Lenny Jr. Ashby will step to the plate so far, 1 for 2. A single and a pop out to Paul Myro.
Well, with 2 outs now, he doesn't have to worry about Simon doesn't have to worry about sacrifice flies or ground balls knocking in a run.
Just has to pitch to contact, trust in his defense as the first pitch is taken for a ball, fastball way upstairs. Count is 1-0 to Ashby. Simon sets and delivers. Taken for a strike, so now count is quickly turned around. It's now 1-1. Yeah, it was an interesting strike call there on the outside corner. It looked as if Ashby gave a little glance back to the umpire as if to check where that one was. Next pitch swung on and popped foul, and that one will go foul as well. Fans ducking out of the way of that one. And that fan's got a free souvenir. It's kind of bounced right to him. Kind of playing Plinko through the seats out there and left.
Sharp has been going out in front of the plate, giving signs to probably the defense at large.
Trying to have a play made up if the runner decides to steal. Next pitch taken for a ball, and that count is even at 2-2. Produces our Wild 2 men on, 2 outs, and the count is 2-2. Here in the top half of the 5th inning, the Lobos trying to punch another run across and cut the Rebel lead down to 1 run. Next pitch here from Simon, swung on it. It's drilled right back up the middle, and they will do exactly that. Runner will stop at second base, but no, it looks like Charles got up to pump fake to third, and he throws it away, so now runners move up to second and third. An interesting play that developed there in center field. Charles looked like he fielded it, tried to throw it over to third or fake as if he was going to throw it to second base, but it just slips out of his hand. So a 3-2 game now. Lobos a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, I think it must have just come out of his hand funny, something like that, but it bounced around out in center field there, and while they corralled it, New Mexico took advantage of that. So that's the second error of the game for UNLV, and this one potentially much more costly.
And now step in Runyon. Runyon 0 for 5 last night and currently 0 for 2 today. But a big spot here is he's in a 1-0 count. A base hit drives in 2 and would give the Lobos the lead. Simon sets, delivers, and now he'll be taken for a ball 2. Looks like he's maybe just lost control of the zone just a little bit now. Really big trouble. First really big sign of trouble that he's been in throughout this entire game. A 2-0 count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. He needs to control himself right here. And the pitch. Pop to the right-hand side, and that one will flutter out of play. So count is now 2-1 to Runyon. If Runyon was to drive in these 2 runs, it would bring up Spenrath, who currently has 3 home runs in the series. Another bat you don't want to face. That one's going to be slapped into center field. Will it fall? No. Charles will be able to get under it, and that will take care of the inning. But
Charles can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, Charles will make sure he grabs that one, picks up his own error that advanced runners for second and third. When we come back, the Rebels have their turn at bat in the bottom half of the 5th inning, but the Lobos cut the lead down to 1 here in the 5th.
Rebel fans, be sure to check out the UNLV Rebels app. It features real-time news alerts, schedules, exclusive content, ticket integration, game day details, and more. UNLV Rebels mobile app is free and compatible with both iOS and Android devices, so go download it today.
No, I thought maybe it was. But...
Here, if you need you can hold
Oh,
on
okay.
there. Yeah.
I guess they didn't call that play where Higgins got to second. I guess they didn't call it an error because it's still, I guess they're making it a double.
Just wish you all.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Hustlin Rebels, second baseman, number 6, Noah Rodriguez.
We bring you back here for the bottom half of the 5th inning. Noah Rodriguez due up here along with Alex Pimentel and Rylan Charles. So far, Rodriguez just the ground out to the shortstop in this game. First pitch from Gallegos taken low and away for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Noah Rodriguez a chance here to start a return fire of sorts after Lobos put up 2 runs in the top half of the inning.
Don't let the momentum shift in New Mexico's favor too much.
Second pitch taken for a ball as well. It was a slider that didn't find the zone, so count is 2-0 to Noah Rodriguez. Make him pitch to him. This Gallegos sometimes has struggled to find the strike zone early in innings. Third pitch of the at-bat. Way up and in, so count is now 3-0. We expect the red light to be given to Rodriguez, the freshman. See if Gallegos could find that free strike and make it a 3-1 count. He delivers, and he will.
Yeah.
So 3-1 here to Noah Rodriguez, and at this point you're looking for anything that you can really drive. If it's not you, then you're really just going to have to sit back and wait for the next pitch. Gallegos throws it inside, and he does rip one down the third baseline. That's going to get past a diving glove, and it looks like there Rodriguez is going to be able to stretch that into a double. The third baseman Ditzenberger with a nice diving try, but just couldn't come up with it.
Number 22, Alex Pimentel.
And the freshman able to pull into second base without a throw. And now bring up the top half of this Rebel lineup, and a really good start here for the Rebels, who are looking to answer back.
Add on, always add on.
And the first pitch here to Alex Pimentel, low and away, taken for 1-0. And after that pitch, there's going to be a short meeting between the catcher and the pitcher Gallegos. You're thinking Holland here, just trying to calm him down after a leadoff double. You don't want this game to get away from the Lobos either. Only a 1-run deficit. They're just trying to keep it close. And we resume play here. Pimentel back in the box. Gallegos gets his sign, checks back the runner at second. Mayhill delivered to the plate here, and it will be chopped foul to left-hand side. So 1-1 to Pimentel right now so far. In this game, he walked and came around to score back in the first inning, and then walked again in the third, but ended up being left stranded at first base. He shows bunt, he pulls it back, won't matter. That is a strike.
I think Pimentel was caught stealing.
Yeah, that is right. You are actually correct on that. A nice throw by the catcher. Holland got him trying to steal second base.
And it was a nice tag by the shortstop Weissenborn, too.
Next pitch. Take on the outside part of the plate for a ball. So count is now even at 2-2. Nobody out here as Noah Rodriguez leadoff double has him standing on second. Pimentel looking for his first hit of the day. Would be a big one here, as it would bring home Noah Rodriguez and extend the Rebels' lead back to 2. He will take that one on the inside corner, and it looked as if he knew it, already walking off before the call was even made.
Next up,
So
center
caught
fielder,
looking
number
is
25,
Pimentel, and he'll bring up Rylan Charles.
Charles.
It was a nice pitch there by Gallegos to get Pimentel, but now Charles here, the lefty, going against the right-handed Gallegos. The first pitch is taken for a ball. So far in the day, Charles hit by a pitch and came around to score, and then had to pop out to the shortstop. So 0 for 1. Next pitch from Gallegos. Strong on, chopped to the first base side. Gets past both gloves on the right side of the infield. And just like that, Rodriguez will come in to score. A nice job there by Charles to bring home Rodriguez after he started out the inning on a great note. So the Rebels lead goes back to 2 runs.
Catcher number 5, Jacob Sharp.
Man, everybody in this New Mexico infield, their caps fly off and the hair goes flying. The second baseman Dixon did the same thing. He took a stab at that and the cap went flying, and the flowing locks went flowing. And
It was interesting there, but the second baseman, he covered a lot of ground to get over to that hole, just couldn't get that one as the first pitch. Jacob Sharp is taken for a strike. Count is 0-1 to him. Currently 1 for 2 on the day off a single, and his last at bat drove one out to right field, but was caught on a line. Charles on first base. Second pitch coming here to Sharp. Outside, a back pick over to first base. Charles able to get back in there, stand up easily. So count is now 1-1. Holland just checking him back at first. Charles got a little big of a secondary there. Want to make sure you're keeping it close. You don't want to give him the free bag at second base.
Charles is 8 for 11 on stolen base attempts, so it's understandable.
And next pitch is chopped down the first baseline. It looks like there might have gotten off the foot of Sharp as he takes a lap around the batter's box. Sharp back in the batter's box now. Gallegos set. He gets his sign. Charles, decent lead off first base. Interested to see if he would go. And he does. He takes off running, but it's chopped foul by Sharp. Not sure if that was a hit and run or not, but Sharp, after a really good jump from Charles, denies that stolen base.
You think they send him again?
I don't think they'll send him at this next pitch, but I would think that he would go on the pitch after that if the at-bat continues. If this goes to 2 outs, I don't think he tries again. Next one taken outside for a ball, but that time Charles will just get an easy walk over to second base as Holland cannot pick that one in the dirt. So Charles on scoring position now. Even count at 2-2 if only one away. Sharp just needs to punch something into the outfield to at least advance the runner and maybe even score him.
Well, we know he can do it. He's already got 1 RBI hit today.
Yep, that would be his 24th of the season if he can get it. Sharp swung on and missed there, though. That'll be a second strikeout of the inning for Gallegos.
Wrapping up, first baseman number 14, Cade Higgins.
I take that back. That would have been his 38th RBI. Looking at the wrong name there, but either way, now it's up to Cade Higgins to try and bring this run home. If he is able to, the Rebels would extend the lead back to 3 runs, and they would have answered back accordingly to the top of the 5th inning. First pitch is taken for a ball. Count is 1-0. Higgins, the lefty here, looking for anything on the inside part of the plate that he can turn and burn on. Second pitch of the at-bat, swung on and popped up to the left side. Will it stay in play? Third baseman heading over to that side, but he's just going to turn away and look towards the bullpen there. It's the sun, just they cannot see anything on the left side of the infield.
Both teams in the infield, outfield, everybody's having trouble with the sun today. Ashby, Ditzenberger. I think UNLV might have had an issue with that at one point, if I recall correctly. Yeah, the sun is making its presence felt in this game.
The desert sun here, right on a Sunday afternoon, is the next pitch here from Gallegos on the outside part of the plate, taken for a ball. So kind of now 2-1. And to your point, UNLV, Sharman had problems seeing out in left field back in the first inning, where he ended up dropping one that a lot of people thought should have been caught, but nobody's out there in left field seeing out what he sees right now. Is the next pitch swung on, chopped to the right-hand side. First baseman comes off the bag. Olsen flips over to Gallegos, and they will get Higgins a 3-1, and that will end the inning. So coming up now, the top half of the 6th inning, the Rebels answer back with a run of their own, so they now lead 4-2. The Lobos look to try and capitalize and pull ever closer in this game when we come
Rebel
back.
Challenge. Santino Panaro played the game earlier, but first we have Noah, who has 15 seconds to name as many items in a category. If Noah names more than Santino, he will win a prize pack courtesy of Raising Cane's.
This one, so
All right, Noah, are you ready? Your topic is superheroes. Ready, set, go.
Superman, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Green Lantern, Batman, and
Time is up. Good job, Noah. Noah named 7, so check out the big board to see how many Tino got.
Superman, Captain America, Flash, Thor,
score, Noah 7, Santino 4. Congratulations, Noah. You win a prize pack from Raising Cane's. That was the high-speed challenge. At the plate, number 30, Reed Spinrath.
It's the top half of the sixth inning. UNLV leads New Mexico 4-2. Here's the first pitch to Spenrath, and that one is taken for a strike. It'll be 0-1.
Yeah, Spinrath so far today, 0 for 2.
Here's the 0-1 to Spenrath, and that's low and away. Ball 1. Simon looking for a shutdown inning and a cleaner one than his fifth inning, which was the first real sign of trouble for him. That one's fouled back to the left off the screen. It'll be 1-2 now. Spenrath came into the game hitting .357, but everybody in this lineup hits over .350, so it's, it just sort of blends in. Here's the 2-1, and that one's fouled back. It'll be 2-2 now.
I think it's 1-2.
That's what I was about to. I was
1-2.
questioning myself. I looked up at the scoreboard and I was like, wait a minute, there's only one ball. And that one is wrapped on the ground to second. Rodriguez gathers, moving to his left, throws to Higgins at first, and retires Spenrath for the first out of the sixth inning.
Next up, the catcher, number 18, Jake
Thank you for that.
Holland.
I thought I was going crazy for a second.
Yeah, that normally happens a couple times a game. I normally just keep it on my scorebook.
Yeah,
Trust that more.
smart. So with one away now, it'll be the catcher, Holland. Jake Holland, standing 6'4", 235. He takes a strike to make it 0-1.
And the game has started in Reno for game number 3 of Fresno versus Nevada, as there's a ball low and away to make the count 1-1. That game's super important. UNLV's rooting for Nevada to win this one to take the series against Fresno.
That just feels wrong. Here's the 1-1. That's low, below the knees, to make it 2 balls and 1 strike now to Holland. Simon has his sign. Now he kicks and delivers. And there's one wrapped on a line into left field. Left fielder moving back on it. It's off the wall. He'll have to play it on the carom. Here's Holland rounding first. There's going to be a play at second. And the turn, and they tag him. He's out. Beautiful play. The throw by Sharman, the relay throw by Myro, and the tag by Rodriguez. UNLV retires Holland at second base.
That's a really good job to be able to gather yourself for Jay Sharman to be able to get the ball off the wall, know exactly where to throw it. Myro to be right on track there for the cutoff and know to throw it to second there, knowing that there's still a play at second there, because a lot of people, balls off the wall, okay, it's just going to be a double there, but it was a good play there, and that's how the Rebels get the second out.
Excellent relay. The first pitch to Olson is taken outside for ball 1. Olson came into the game hitting .377 like everybody else in the lineup. Here's a breaking ball that's below the knees for the second ball of the at-bat.
This is a dangerous count here. Last time Olson had a 2-0 count, hit a home run in the 5th inning.
Now Olson waiting for the pitch, and that one's inside. He doesn't really even move except for a little twist of the leg. And it's 3 balls and no strikes with 2 away in the inning. UNLV is leading 4-2 in the top of the 6th. Here's the 3-0 from Simon, and that's on the outside.
Generous outside there.
Yeah, it was a little... Simon's going to adjust the batting gloves, step out, and say a little count to 10 there for a second. And there was one that kind of looked like the same pitch, but this one is called ball 4. So Olson will trot off to first to extend the inning now.
Next
for
up,
Dixon.
the second baseman, number 3,
Dixon
Devin
is
Dixon.
2 for 2 in this game. He's worked his average, if the scoreboard's to be believed, he's worked his average up to .303 now with those 2 singles. Simon sets, and the first pitch is low. 1-0 now.
And not really, yeah, it may be low, but that looked like a pretty good pitch to me on the outside part of the plate.
Hey man, what are you going to do if you're Simon at this point? And there's one that's taken, kind of looked like a similar pitch.
Yeah, it looked like the same exact pitcher there, because the one thing you normally say is, hey, like, you want some consistency from the home plate umpire, because we saw 4 of the same pitches and 4 different calls.
The whole game has been like that, and that one skips away to the backstop, and the runner, Olson, will easily move up. Should be a wild pitch, I think, that one. I think there's been a couple of pass balls in this game so far, but that'll be a wild pitch. Simon goes back, and he manicures the mound a little bit out where his plant foot will go. And now he'll make his 2-1 to Dixon. And here it is. And that's a high pop-up. Myro's moving back into the outfield, but it's going to be the center fielder, Charles, who puts it away to retire Dixon and end the inning. 1 hit, 1 walk. A beautiful relay from Sharman to Myro to Rodriguez. Nobody scores. It's 4-2 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Well, nobody scores in this game, but some bad news to Rebel fans. Fresno State is up 1-0 against Reno, so quick little lead there for the Bulldogs. Not good for the Hustle Rebels.
Sign it, turn it in after the game so you can hustle around the bases.
Another score update for Donovan. It's his favorite team. He's a big Yankee fan. They're up big. They're up really big in this one, and they blew it. It's now a 7-7 game, and they had a runner on second in scoring position in the 9th inning, unable to score. It's 7-7 still in the bottom of the 9th.
Let me guess, Clark Schmidt pitched in this game for New York.
Let me see. Do you know who pitched, Donovan? Garrett Cole. Oh, wow. That's a perfect game to lose then. Cole gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, so.
Leading off the 6th for UNLV, designated hitter number 2, Darian Williams.
Back in the 6th inning at Early Wilson Stadium in Las Vegas, where it's always a good day to dunk on the New York Yankees. And batting first for UNLV, it'll be Darian Williams, who's 0 for 1 with an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. And here's the first pitch from Gallegos. That's line into left field. Fair ball just down the line. It'll be extra bases for Darian Williams. He's rounding first. There goes the left fielder Ashby to get it. Here's Williams. He wants 3. Here he comes. The throw's coming in. It's offline, and Williams is in easily with a leadoff triple.
Excellent job by Darian Williams. That ball barely got down the line and tipped all the way to the corner of the outfield there by the Annie Gump in the bullpen. And now runner on third for Braden Murphy, who's right now 1 for 2 today.
Murphy struck out his first time.
He's also 4 for his last 5.
Well, let's see if he can make it 5 for his last 6. Here's the first pitch. The infield's in. This one's chopped on the ground to the first baseman. He takes it to the bag himself, and that'll be an unproductive out for Murphy as the runner Williams has to hold.
Stepping to the plate, shortstop number 23, Paul Myro, the 4th.
And it'll be Myro, who's also, similarly to Williams, also 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in.
Yeah, Myro already has a sacrifice fly so far today. He might get a chance to get another one here.
Here it is to Myro. On the outside corner for a strike. It'll be 0-1. We were talking about the strike zone earlier, and what you really want as a hitter is consistency. If you're going to expand the zone, if you're going to shrink the zone, that's fine, but as long as you make it consistent. And now there's strike 2 to Myro, taken.
Just don't want to strike out here. Just want to put the ball at least in play. A little bit harder hit than Braden Murphy, but at least put it in play.
Make the defense work for it. Here's the 0-2, and that's taken a little bit low. Bit of a dangerous take from where I was sitting with this strike zone.
Oh no, the ball hit the ground, so I wasn't too concerned about that.
Ah, well, I didn't see that, so that's my excuse. Here's the 1-2, and that one is, well, I guess that they're going to say it's
taken for strike 3 right down the middle.
Now batting left fielder number 35, Jay Sharman.
Jason Sharman now, number 35.
Yeah, Jay's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging.
He's going to try to avoid the sombrero. Here's the first pitch, and he shows bunt, but pulls it back and takes it for a strike. It'll be 0-1.
I like the bunt attempt there, especially since the third baseman, Dixonberger, was not near the line and playing pretty deep.
Right. And that one's inside. Sherman moves out of the way very slightly. It'll make it 1-1.
The issue with the bunt attempt there is that the Rebels have been doing very bad bunting throughout this series, so
Well, and there's 2
based
outs.
on the track record.
Yeah. There's one that's taken on the outside for a strike. It'll be
I mean, I
1-2.
don't mind 2-out bunting. Like, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure if you're going to do it, lay effective bunt. And make sure it's either on the line or foul.
Right. So now Gallegos is going to try to work out of this with no score, and there's a swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher, Holland, but he'll be able to corral it easily and throw out the runner, Sharman. So UNLV wastes a golden opportunity. The leadoff triple from Williams goes for naught. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's still 4-2 Rebels.
At Raising Cane's, we know quality takes time, patience, and the best ingredients, which is why every chicken finger we serve is hand battered and
8
put to work
strikeouts.
just for you. We never take shortcuts. That doesn't mean you can. Introducing an even faster and easier way to order Cane's from the web.
Man.
Find your closest restaurant, customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Like that, it's hard to see the strike zone from this because the switch is like every.
Leading off the 7th for the Lobos, shortstop number 12, Chase Weisenborn.
Now up is Chase Weisenborn to lead things off in the 7th inning here. Score is 4-2 in favor of the Hustlin Rebels, and the Hustlin Rebels need to hold on to this lead to have any shot in postseason. First pitch is taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 count to Weisenborn. Weisenborn on Friday hit his first home run of the season. Now the 0-1 is fouled off right side almost to the light pole, as Donovan likes to say, but the only issue is that it never hits the light pole.
I'm still waiting for one time this season, the last couple of games, where I just hear a ping and it's going to be glorious.
Now here's the 0-2. Simon deals a slider that bounces off the plate, taken for ball 1.
Yeah, so far, Simon's had a really good outing. So far, only allowed 2 runs, 2 runs through 6 innings of work, quickly ahead of the first batter here.
1-2, Simon deals. It's high, and Weisenborn takes it for ball 2. 2-2 count to Weisenborn. Another 2-2. Simon deals. It's off the hands of Weisenborn and fouled off to the protective netting. It's going to be a 2-2 count. Another 2-2. Simon is set. Winds up, deals. Slider hit right up the middle. It's going to be a base hit for Weisenborn.
Yeah, and Simon, a little frustrated there, kind of flipped some dirt up into the air, just past his glove. He tried to bend down and
Next
grab
up,
it
the
before
third
it went
baseman,
past the
number
mound, but
33,
just couldn't grab it.
Dylan Ditzenberger.
Now up is Dylan Ditzenberger. 1 for 2 today. Grounded out in the 3rd and hit a single in the 5th. Now Simon is set. Deals. A bunt attempt, but it's going to be a pitch out, so they both countered each other, and it's going to be ball 1. At least I think it was a pitch.
Yeah,
It was a
well,
pitch out. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, that one just doesn't quite find the strike zone there. Just a little bit off the plate.
Now Simon on the 1-0 deals. It's a bunt attempt. It's going to be fair. And it's going to be a tough play for Simon. He throws it away. Good thing. Oh, no, there's going to be interference on the base runner there. There's going to be interference on Ditzenberger. He's going to be out, and they're going to bring back Weisenborn over the first. And the New Mexico bench and fans are not happy with any of the umpires right now with that call. Those are very tough every time because the issue is that the ball's right down the line, the runner's running down the baseline, and the rules that you have to give a path to the runner, but you also have to give a path to the play. So very tough call there, but that's a backbreaker there for the Lobos.
Definitely an interesting call there, but as you may hear in the background, New Mexico faithful very unhappy. If you can picture Sunshine from Remember the Titans, he's very angry on the left-hand side.
Runner's lane interference. The runner can't run it.
Now batting number 7, Jeffrey David.
So it's going to be runner interference there. Runner's going to be on first is Weisenborn. Now 2 games in a row where there's an interference on the batter. As the first pitch to David's hit hard, deep, but it's going to stay in play as Charles makes the play on it. It's going to be now 2 outs.
And a strong throw by Charles all the way from the wall in center. Looked like the...
But you want to hear something crazy, though, is that this is the 2nd game in a row, because yesterday, Rylan Charles hit, I think he did a drag bunt over the first. Actually, it was a push bunt, and it hit him while he was running the first, and he was called out for interference. And another interference call today on New Mexico. So.
Yeah, and we hadn't seen one of those really all season, so a couple interesting decisions, but either way, the runner's out, so 2 outs here. Is the first
and now there's a balk on Simon. My guess is that he wasn't set. This game's gone too wacky, Donovan.
Yeah, this inning might be one of the most interesting decisions ever. And there's going to be.
And now there's a warning to the New Mexico dugout. I don't know why there would be a warning there if they just got a call for them. I don't know.
And now the third base coach is going to go talk to the home plate umpire.
You know, the third base coach, I could hear what he's telling the umpire. What did we say? I mean, they just got a balk call for them. Why would they be complaining?
And yeah, he's trying to say that it's the fan yelling.
Yeah, the fans are louder than the coaches. I've heard the fans more than the coaches.
I haven't heard really anything coming from the dugout, and that's what the third base coach is trying to say, that their dugout's not saying anything. It's coming from the stands. So.
Well, the dugout has a warning, but I don't think there's really a reason to warning them. They weren't even talking. It was mostly the dugout. I mean, mostly the fans, not the dugout. Now, runner on second is Weisenborn. As the first pitch is thrown to Ashby, it's going to be a strike. What a wacky inning. We got a balk, we got an interference. No runs, though. It's now an 0-1 count to Ashby with a runner on second, which is Weisenborn.
I don't even know anymore how to even score this. Obviously, we take score throughout the game.
I called it a fielder's choice earlier, and then I called I just moved the runner over to second and called it a balk. So, I mean, that's I think I did the scorebook, right? As Simon looks over to second a couple times, deals to the plate. It's going to be hit, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Weisenborn sent home. He will score. The score will be 4-3 in favor of the Rebels, but the Lobos are chipping away back at it.
Yeah, slowly chipping away here, and it looks like Simon's starting to get hit a little bit harder than he was earlier in the game. They're starting to time up his stuff. So if a 4-3 game here, Simon still will remain in. 2 outs here for runner on first base.
Now the designated hitter, Braden Runyon, has not gotten a hit since Friday, and Stolte's now come out of the dugout. Maybe this might be time for a pitching change. You know what my prediction is? They're going to keep a Simon out there, but let's see what they're going to do.
And it looks like there will be a pitching change, but who is it exactly? That's who we will see.
I'm still trying to get a number here.
No, it's Lewitt.
Yeah, it's going to be Reese Lewitt coming in.
Seeing his first action in a couple games.
Well, yeah, he pitched on Friday as well for a little bit.
Stolte's like to use him in scenarios like this for inning spurts. Be interesting to see if he gets the out here, if he will come out again next inning.
Here's the thing, like, you like to put your freshmen in situations that'll test them a little bit, but this is a situation that's going to test the entire team because they need to get this out here. There's one more out they need to get with some runners on, and the score 4-3 in favor of the Rebels. They really need to make this out.
Love to get this out here, and as Reese warms up, take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, Rebels like to get that final remaining out to send up to the bottom half of the 7th inning.
When I'm with you, I feel alive. You say you love me, don't you lie? cry my heart, don't wanna cry. Keep that pistol on my side. Cases fumes. She feel my mother what I did. I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. She ain't stressing about the loot. I got made a quesadilla. It's not the matter.
Now up is Braden Runyon. He's going to face off against Reese Lewick. Runner on first is Lenny Junior Ashby. And bad news for the Rebels is that Fresno State has a 3-0 lead against Reno. And that makes this game even more important to win.
They need to win this one if they really want to have a chance of that final push for the playoffs. And Reese will set for the first pitch here.
Lewick deals, going to be a ground ball over in between third and Myro. Myro makes a jump throw, not in time. Great effort. But the throw is going to be not in time. Runners are going to be on first and second with Reed Spinrath up to bat.
Yeah, weak contact to the left-hand side. Myra
Next
tries
up,
his
number
best to
30,
make a nice
Reed
throw back
Spinrath.
across the first base. Can't get him. Runners on first and second now, and Runyon has his first base hit in 9 at-bats.
Yeah, Runyon got a lucky little dribbler that went past Murphy, and Myra was able to corral it, but he didn't have enough time to throw it over to first in time. Now there's 2 outs for Spinrath, over 3 today, but 3 home runs so far this weekend. First pitch is a foul ball behind the canopy, and it'll now be an 0-1 count. The 0-1, Lewick comes set, deals the 0-1, and it's going to be a little bit low, called a ball. 1-0 count to Spinrath. Lewick sets, deals the 1-1. It's hit behind the canopy yet again to make the count 1-2.
Lewick now ahead here, 1-2. Would like to get this out here. You don't want to have Spinrath drive in that game-tying run as it puts the Rebels in a really bad spot.
1-2 count. Lewick sets, deals. Inside fastball. Check swing did not go on it. It's going to make the count 2-2. Very close there to being strike 3 there, too.
And as you like to say, deuces are wild here.
Yep, the deuces are wild here. 2 runners on. Lewick sets, deals. Is another foul ball off the hands of Spinrath, hits the backstop, and it keeps the count deuces wild.
Yeah, Spinrath here just trying to stay alive, fighting off anything that's close, trying to drive in that run from second base.
2-2. Lewick deals. It's going to be a swing and a miss by Spinrath, and that'll be strike 3. To get the Rebels out of the inning without giving up any more runs. Score is 4-3 in favor of the Hustlin Rebels still, but they got to get some insurance runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll be right back after
All right,
the
fans,
7th inning
you know
stretch.
what time it is. Up out of your seats for the 7th inning stretch. Let's hear you sing along to Sweet Caroline.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? And touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now I look at the night
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Taking the mound for New Mexico is number 6, Brian McBroom. And now batting for the Rebels, number 6, Noah Rodriguez.
So new pitcher for the Lobos is Brian McBroom. And they did sweet Caroline, no take him out to the ball game, but some of the fans pulled their own Harry Carey and saying it out loud.
Yeah, I was here in the 7th inning stretch. Usually it's taking me out to the ball game, but I mean, Sweet Caroline works just as well.
They do that in Boston as well. But I think they do in the 8th inning. Now here's the first pitch to Noah Rodriguez. It's a two-seamer taken high and inside for ball 1.
Rodriguez last time he was up, able to get a spark going with a leadoff double, see if he's able to do something similar here and get on base.
Now the 1-0. McBroom deals. It's a two-seamer called strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 count to Rodriguez. McBroom deals as a slider taken away. Now McBroom has a two-seamer and a slider, which means that that ball, it looks like it's going straight, and then it could go either right or left. It's pretty filthy.
Yeah, it's really drastic in the way it moves. Trying to throw off the timing really of any batter.
2-1. It's a fastball dribbled over to third base. Ditzenberger throws over to first in time, and that will retire Rodriguez.
Now batting number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Now up is Alex Pimentel. So far today, he's over 1 with a strikeout looking. Walked in his first 2 at-bats.
Now McBroom is set, deals. It's going to be a taken strike on the inside part of the plate with the two-seamer there. Really like the movement there on the two-seamer and slider. It really could fool a batter. It would fool me.
Yeah, it looks like it just has a lot of late movement on it as well, which kind of just throws off where the batter's trying to swing it in.
And now a slider ripped over to left field. It's going to be a single for Alex Pimentel. But yeah, but there's also a reason why I couldn't tell. Like I wouldn't be able to track it. It's because I'm not really that good of a hitter. Like I'm not a Division I college baseball hitter.
Yeah, maybe you're used to seeing a few other pitches in college baseball compared to.
I'm normally okay. Give me a ball like 75 to 80, heart down the middle,
yeah,
maybe low and away.
Meatball, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, put me in that. Now his first pitch with a round Charles is a strike on the outside part of the plate, makes it 0-1. The 0-1 count. McBroom deals. It's going to be a ground ball foul. No, but I got on base almost every game. And that's because I came in the pinch run. It guarantees myself some time on the base pass,
yeah,
you know?
some on-base percentage, you know. Just you count your own on-base
I actually wasn't a
percentage.
bad hitter. I just got on base every game. There's 0-2. McBroom deals with the ball low and away.
You count your on-base streak just
I think honestly I think I got on base in the most games in conference. I think I was on base every game. There's the 1-2. Charles fouls it off, foul out of play. But here's the thing, because if the person that I normally run for doesn't do good, I'm just gonna run for a different guy. Yeah. So like I'm gonna unless if we're getting perfect game, even a no hitter I go into the game because I'm gonna run for whoever gets on that one time they walk. Here's the 1-2. McBroom deals. Charles fouls it off. Opposite field, out of play.
Yeah, Charles doing a great job here fighting off pitches that he doesn't like.
Here's the 1-2. McBroom sets. Looks over to second. No one there. Deals. Hard hit ball over to right field. It's going to drop. This one looks like it's going to be extra bases. They're going to send Pimentel home. Going to be no play at the plate. It's going to be a triple for Rylan Charles.
And the speed shown off there by Charles was thinking 3 all the way. Already was hustling hard for third. As he rounded second base, no throw, and he able to slide in there. An RBI triple for Charles.
An RBI triple by Charles extends the Rebels' lead to 5-3, and that brings up Jacob Sharp.
In this must-win game, that's a huge RBI, at least a little bit of insurance.
Sharp today, 1 for 3. First pitch is a slider taken for strike 1. But what was your repertoire when you pitched?
Really? I stuck to some box changeup, a curveball, and a four-seam fastball. I wasn't.
Well, the 0-1 hits sharp, and that'll put the runners at the corners.
Now batting number 14, Cade Higgins.
That's an interesting.
Oh yeah, they did that again. They did that, I thought, yesterday as well. But continue about your
really?
phenomenal pitching.
Yeah, phenomenal. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I didn't stray out of the ordinary. I mean, curveball, changeup, fastball. I didn't throw super hard, so a lot of my stuff was really off speed. And some really nasty off speed stuff, if I do say so myself.
Well, the first pitch to Cade Higgins is a strike on the outside part of the plate, called strike one. That would have been so funny if we ever had a matchup where I faced against you in high school.
Yeah,
that would have been really funny. Well, that 0-1 almost hits Higgins. Inside, called for a ball. No, that would have been funny because I would have faced off you, but I would have already been on second because I would have gone on base. There's the 1-1. McBroom deals. It's hard hit by Higgins, gonna drop for a single, and Charles advances over to third. So runners will be at the corners after an RBI single by Cade Higgins.
Nice job there by Higgins just to bloop that one into center field anyway, anyhow. Brings in another run. Now they're up 6-3.
Williams.
Now up is a Darian Williams. Last time he went up, he got a triple to start off the 6th inning, but the Rebels were unable to score any more runs after that, as there's a mound visit from the Lobos. So now we'll do a little score check. Let's look at the scoreboards right now. You go look at your favorite team, and I'll go look at the Bulldogs scoreboard.
I don't know if I want to look at my favorite team.
All right, so Fresno's up 5-0, so that means the Rebels really need to extend their lead. Now 6-0. So 6-0 over there. Now let's see what's going around in Tampa Bay, and they were unable to score in the top of the 10th.
Yeah, so it's still 7-7. I don't know how many outs there are. If it hasn't even started.
I think it's 0 outs, top of the 7th. I mean, bottom 7.
Preparing myself for a loss, and if you prepare yourself for failure, then everything else that comes after is just really happy.
Have low expectations, and then you can only exceed them.
Yeah, unless you're a Yankees fan like me, in which case.
Because if you're an A's fan, you're like, hey, if you expect to lose 162 games,
10 wins, man, something.
If your expectation is to win 0 games out of 162, you're already 8 above it. So it's just a little mound visit just to go over some situation here. Darian Williams is up. McBroom still on the bump. Runners are at the corners. Here's the first pitch. Give me a slider taken for strike one.
Williams had to triple in his last at bat. Another triple here would bring in 2 more runs. The Rebels really finding a groove against McBroom.
Not 0-1's a breaking ball hit hard by Darian Williams down the left field line. Looks like it went off of the end of the bat, and it stays fair, just fair. It will be an RBI double for Darian Williams. Now that left field line's been trouble all day for the fielders. There's not been one time that a ball on the third base line has been caught. It's been dropped or it's been dropped or an error every single time.
Yeah, and it looked like Darian Williams got the one off the end of the bat. He was way out in front of it, but just so much power he pulled.
It looked like it was hard hit at first. I was like, oh no, the sound's like it's off the end of the bat, and then it just dropped like 10 feet in front of the wall. And there's gonna be a new pitcher here for the Lobos. I'll get you guys the number once I see it.
Not a great outing for McBroom, gives up 4.
Yeah, not the kind that you wanted, but I mean, a lot of weak contact though. Gave up the little he gave up a couple bloopers. It kind of just unfortunate there for McBroom. But McBroom is brushed off of the mound. Now let's see who's coming in.
This takes you back, doesn't it?
Oh my god. I told my sister to get a Wii so that I could play it over the summer. I don't know if she did. If you're on here, Lauren, just put in the comment section if you got us a Wii for the summer or not.
So many memories of breaking things when I forget to put the wrist strap on.
Oh, I don't use the wrist. Who uses the wrist strap and then you break something? Trying to get the number here. Let me know if you get it, Donovan.
Yeah, I'm in a much worse angle, so.
Oh my goodness, it's like you could barely see.
These turquoise jerseys don't
It's
really
hard to
help.
see with the turquoise jerseys. Also, his glove is like right on it.
Oh my God.
So close. Just turn around once. Oh. He did like a half turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Taking the mound for the Lobos, number 19, Justin Still.
Okay, Justin Still comes in. He also pitched last night, gave up 1 run, not earned though.
Yeah, big chance here. Still has to get out of this inning with runners in scoring position at second and third base. Braden Murphy, a massive opportunity to maybe put this one out of reach.
That was Braden Murphy. First pitch is a low strike called. Rebels are up 7-3 right now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runners are on second and third. On third base is a Darren Williams. On second base is Cade Higgins. I mean, check that. Flip that. It's Higgins on third, Darren Williams on second. As Murphy hits a fly ball over to third baseline over to left field. It's going to be a tough play. Won't be caught. Just out of reach. Out of left fielder Ashby. Just forget about it if it's anywhere near that line because not a single ball's been caught on that line.
That one lands foul, but it looked like Ashby again had trouble out there, kind of pulled up at the line, hoping it went foul.
But that is so crazy how every single ball hit down the third base line has not been caught. It's either gone foul, been dropped.
I'd be standing at like a diagonal angle and just start trying to hit things at the left.
I mean, just put your glove and try to catch it, I guess. Like, now it's 0-2 count to Murphy. Still deals. Breaking ball, doesn't break it, hits Braden Murphy. The 0-2 count, Murphy got out of it with a hit by pitch.
Now batting number 23, Paul Myro, the 4th.
Now up is Paul Myro. You see the third base coach for the Rebels say, hey, look, elevate and celebrate. You already know what that means.
A grand slam here would be something.
The bases are loaded here, 1 out. In the bottom 7th inning, still set, deals. Now it's a high outside fastball taken for a ball.
Here in the 7th inning, episode 7, Star Wars, Force Awakens. Home run here would be huge.
Another 1-0. Fastball right down the middle, swung and missed that hard fastball by Myro. Another 1-1. Still a set, deals. It's hit towards the right side on a ground ball, and Dixon's only able to throw it over to first. It's barely in time to get Myro out, but it is still going to bring home a run. So a productive at-bat there for Myro that he almost got on base on.
Yeah, and it almost looked like he almost would have beat that out, not according to the first base umpire, however, but the UNLV Hustlin Rebels now up 8-3 here in the 7th inning.
And Myro dove to first base. I watched Sports Science once, and it said on there that it's actually not as you don't get there as fast by diving.
No, because you're stopping this. I mean, I guess sliding across the ground is not making you any faster.
The runners on second and third here with 2 out. As there's another hit by pitch, as Jay Sharman over 3 today with 3 strikeouts, but gets on base here of a hit by pitch.
And he'll take that one.
West, y'all. Next up, number 6, Noah Rodriguez.
Now up is Noah Rodriguez. Maybe you heard that name earlier. This is the second at-bat inning.
What an opportunity right here for Noah Rodriguez, the freshman. Base hit here, drives in a couple more runs and puts this game perhaps out of reach in the late innings.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now the Rebels have a 5-run lead. And they get extended here if a Noah Rodriguez base hit. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. Runner on third base is Darian Williams. Runner on second base is Bray Murphy. Runner on first is Jay Sharman. And now there's going to be another mound visit. This might be time for Still to get out of the mound. He might be taken out of the game. New Mexico, what they normally do is they got a new pitcher. They sometimes wait a little bit, let their starting pitcher get a couple more pitches, and then let their reliever get a couple more pitches and then make the switch. But it's gonna be a new pitcher. I'll get you the number when I can. It's a little bit hard to see the numbers sometimes, so I gotta wait for a turn.
While we wait, I mean, Yankees do drop to the Rays in an extra innings.
Oh no! Oh my, that's funny.
So we're gonna go ahead and move past that. But if you're a hockey fan listening, Devils, after getting smoked by the Hurricanes in the first 2 games of the series, are up 5-2 the second period.
That's pathetic.
It's not the murder scene that we saw last night at T-Mobile Arena, but it's close to it.
Let's see if we can get a glimpse of the number. Turn around, please.
All of these righties don't want to turn around. Come on.
Okay, it's number 40, Will Bannister.
You're bobbing your head at home.
Yeah, so I think it's Will Bannister coming in to pitch, the 6'2" right-hander.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Lobos, number 40, Will Bannister. And batting for the Rebels, number 6, Noah Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez up for his second at-bat of the inning. So base loaded here for Rodriguez. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-3 Rebels lead. First pitch is low and inside, taken for ball 1.
Massive opportunity here for the freshman. Base hit puts his game out of reach. Closing innings. Base is loaded. So far in the game, Rodriguez does have a base hit. He came in the form of a double.
The 1-0 is fouled off toward the right side. Out of play.
Down to the Rebel bullpen.
It's on a 1-1 count.
Tried to will that ball back in the fair territory. Hit decently well off to the right side, just couldn't get it straightened out.
Another 1-1. Bannister deals. It's high and inside, taken for ball 2. 2-1 count to Noah Rodriguez.
Good job so far by Rodriguez, making sure he's not helping out the pitcher Bannister here after coming in, making him pitch to him.
2-1. Bannister deals. It's inside, almost hit Rodriguez there, but just inside and just shy of hitting them, makes the count 3-1. Hitters count here for Rodriguez, but also a free pass scores in a run. Bannister set, deals on the 3-1. Right down the middle, swing and a miss by Rodriguez, makes the count full. Runners will be going here. So mostly all the force outs will most likely be eliminated here. Runners are going. The 3-2 is hit right up the middle and is caught by the pitcher Bannister, and that will end the inning. 8-3 Rebels lead after a solid 7th inning, scoring in a couple runs, scored in 2 runs. We'll be right back for the 8th inning with Patrick and Donovan on the call.
I still feel
All right, fans. Earlier today, we gave you all a trivia question to think about. The question was, in what year did Earl E. Wilson Stadium open? And now it's time to find out the answer. The correct answer was C, 1994, when the field was renamed to Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Our lucky winner with the correct answer is Jamie Sanchez. Congratulations, Jamie Sanchez. Meet us at the top of the stairs by the press box to claim your prize. Congratulations, Jamie Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, one defensive change for the Rebels. Now playing second base is number 3, Gianni Horvath. Leading off the top of the 8th for UNM, the catcher, number 18, Jake Holland.
And we bring you back here with the top of the 8th inning. Stepping into the batter's box is Holland, and Race Lewick remains on the mound here for the top of the 8th inning after getting the strikeout in the bottom half of the 7th. Rebels went on to score 4 runs in the bottom half of that inning. Now lead 8-3. The first pitch from Lewick taken low for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Second pitch from Lewick, fouled off here by Holland, so now the count is even at 1.
Holland's last time up, he was retired trying to stretch a single into a double on that very fine relay. Sharman to Myro to Rodriguez.
Next pitch, low and away, bounced in front of the plate, so now a 2-1 count. We overthrew that slider just a little bit. Next pitch from Lewick, fastball, inner part of the plate, backs off Holland, so now the count will be 3-1. Lewick looking for something over the heart of the plate. Holland looking to drive that pitch if it comes. It won't be a fastball on the way outside part of the plate. So a walk to open up the inning from Lewick.
Next up, number 25, Justin Olson.
UNLV has all the momentum at this point in the game. You don't want to forfeit that. Give New Mexico any sort of psychological assistance.
Yeah, if New Mexico was to score a couple of runs here, that may propel their momentum and maybe lead to a comeback.
5-run lead in a college baseball game with this kind of New Mexico lineup is not as safe as it seems.
Now stepping into the box is Justin Olson. Already has a home run here in this game. First pitch taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Low outside corner. Count is quickly 0-1. Holland gets a small lead off of first base. Not looking like a dangerous threat to steal. Next pitch inside for a ball, so the count is even at 1-1. Lewick relies on a lot of swings and misses on stuff that may fall out of the zone. So far, he hasn't been able to get that. Next pitch, change up on the outside part of the plate. Taken for strike 2. The pitcher's count now at 1-2 to Olson. Lewick sets, looks up, fires next pitch at bat, and it is popped out to right field. Definitely not as deep as the last one that he hit, and that one will be caught out there by Pimentel for the first out of the inning. So the first out in the inning comes on the Olson fly out to right.
Now batting number 3, Devin Dixon.
Devin Dixon steps into the batter's box so far in the game. 2 singles and a fly out to center field. Runner remains on first base in Holland after the leadoff walk. First pitch here to Dixon, taken for a ball. Pitch from Lewick. Smashed over the head. No, it's a beautiful catch. At third base by Braden Murphy. What a catch. Everyone thought for sure that was over his head. Shows off the vertical snow cone catch there at third, brings it down. And man, that thing had to come off in the upper 90s, maybe even over 100 miles per hour with that bat. And great job by Murphy to pull it back down. So 2 outs here.
There's been some flashy defense in this game.
Yeah,
from Myro, well, some of Myro's plays, they haven't actually, he hasn't been able to get the runner out at first, but he's gotten an A for effort.
Yeah, from both sides of baseball, as Weisenborn on the second pitch of the at-bat line went out into center. And now runners on first and second with 2 away for the Lobos.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for New Mexico, number 4, Dalen Pigford.
So Weisenborn gets the single, and now a pinch hitter here for the Lobos. That'll be Dalen Pigford. 5'11" senior comes into the batter's box. A small meeting on the mound right now with the infield and Lewick. Just kind of going over what to expect here with Pigford, maybe some scouting reports as the umpire now going to discuss. Make sure they break up this meeting, and they will.
Pigford is slashing 314, 405, 533 with 5 jacks in 158 plate appearances.
Definitely a regular in the Lobos lineup. The next pitch. First pitch, excuse me, to Pigford, taken for a strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Definitely more of a contact bat, but that's what they need in this spot. Runners on first and second, and they want to run.
And this could be a pivotal at bat. If UNLV can finish this inning right here and snuff this rally out, then that could be that momentum maintaining inning that they need.
Count is 1-1 after the next pitch. Third pitch of the at-bat, fouled straight back to the left-hand side. 1-2 count to Pigford. Tough to come in a late game off the bench against a reliever like Lewick, who has some sharp stuff. Fourth pitch of the at-bat coming now. And it swung on and missed, and Lewick will get out of the inning.
Beautiful job.
No! He wasn't ready. He wasn't.
So a strikeout by Pigford will lead us in to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Rebels another chance to add some insurance runs before we head to the 9th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Defensive changes for New Mexico. Moving from center field to third base is number 7, Jeffrey David. And staying in the game and playing center field is number 4, Dalen Pigford. And leading off the 8th for the Rebels, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Bring you back here to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Last chance for UNLV to tack on some more runs. Leading off will be Alex Pimentel. First pitch here from Bannister, taken for a strike. He count is 0-1. So far in the game, Pimentel, 2 walks, a single, and a strikeout.
1 for 2 on the day. Next pitch, also taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate, so quickly 0-2 to Pimentel. Now, kicks, fires. That one way low. Rolls through the glove of Holland, so count is now 1-2.
Pickford stayed in the game for New Mexico. He's out there in center field now, and I believe they moved David to third.
Next pitch here, fastball taken high. Count is even at 2-2 now to Pimentel, who worked his way back to even from 0-2. Fifth pitch of the at-bat here from Bannister. Off speed, but way off the strike zone there. With a curveball that really hooked on that pitch. Next pitch here from Bannister, fastball. Low and away, so from 0-2 to 4 straight balls. Pimentel will be on first base to lead off the inning.
Next up, number 25, Rylan Charles.
Third walk of the game for Pimentel.
Pimentel's been on base in 4 of his 5 plate appearances, 3 via the walk, and then once on a base hit.
First pitch here to Rylan Charles, taken for a strike, count is 0-1. To Charles, who so far has been hit by a pitch, pop up to the shortstop, and then a single and a triple, so a nice day for him. Astor checks back over at first base. Pimentel gets in there safely. Bannister sets. Next pitch to Charles. Fastball right in there. So quickly 0-2 to Charles as well. That's where he found Pimentel, and then 4 straight balls would lead to a walk for him. See if Charles is able to make contact and advance the runner from first base. Bannister gets the sign. Looks up and down, delivers, and it's lined. A base hit into right field. Hit hard on the ground. In between the first and second baseman. So Rebels in business early, runners up first and second with nobody out.
That's what you like to see. Now you got the third place hitter, Sharp, one of the best on the team, up in another RBI situation. Chance to add on some runs, which is always good, especially against a lineup like the Lobos.
Yeah, statistically one of the best hitters in the Rebels lineup. For runner in scoring position, a chance for RBI number 38 on the season. So that ball is low. Count is 1-0. Astor finding himself in a really big situation here. You do not want to give up any more runs if you are the Lobos. Next pitch taken away. Count is now 2-0. Astor sets quickly again. Finding himself a little bit rushed. He sets. Looks back the runner at second, delivers, and fouled right behind home plate. Off the protective netting, count moves to 2-1. Up after Sharp would be Cade Higgins and then a Darian Williams, if it was to go to that. And Sharp's gonna pop that one straight up on the right side of the infield. First baseman leaves it off. It's taken care of by the shortstop.
At the last minute, the second baseman Dixon came in. I thought for a minute we were going to have another pop loss to the sun, but
number 14,
yeah, put it away.
Higgins.
Yeah, Weisenborn had a much better angle on that one. Excuse me, I'd be the second baseman, Weisenborn, not the shortstop. Shortstop did not run across the diamond to go catch that baseball.
It's Dixon on the right side of the infield, yeah. Another pitching change? Looks like it.
So, Bannister, that'll be his afternoon. Pitches 1 1/3. Runners remain on first and second base. For the Rebels, we'll be right back after this new arm gets warmed up, and we'll bring you the up-to-date information when we find out who that new arm is.
If I could fall into the sky.
think it's Hudson. 36. I'm pretty sure.
That'll be Arthur Steinkamp will be the arm coming on in relief for the Lobos.
Oh, I got it wrong.
6 foot, 175 pound lefty, the junior, Los Alamos, New Mexico. Big spot for him to come in now. Let him get finished warming up, and bring you back when play resumes.
Cause I need you, and I miss you. Now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Another pitching change for New Mexico. Now on the mound for the Lobos, number 35, Arthur Steinkamp. And batting for the Hustlin Rebels, number 14, Cade Higgins.
We bring you back to play here. Cade Higgins steps into the box. First batter that Steinkamp will see. Higgins waits for the first pitch. First one, it's fouled off to the left-hand side. Fastball in on the hands. Jammed him. He'll push that out to the left-hand side. Score is currently 8-3. Both teams 11 base hits in the game. UNLV holds the 2 errors. Despite that, they've had a really nice game at the plate. A lot of extra base hits. Next pitch, chopped on the ground. A nice play there by the second baseman, but he can't get the throw back across, so bases now will be loaded. An infield base hit for Cade Higgins will bring up a Darian Williams.
Designated hitter number 2, a Darian Williams.
Weissenborn collected it in a rather acrobatic play, but on the transfer, I think he realized that he wasn't going to be able to get the throw off, or didn't get a good grip on the baseball.
For that reason, bases are loaded. For Darian Williams' first pitch he sees a fastball way off the plate. Count is 1-0. So far in the day, Williams has a triple, a double, and a sacrifice fly along with a ground out back to the pitcher.
He's hit the ball hard today.
Next pitch, taken for ball 2. Fastball there, it didn't get the bottom of the strike zone, so 2-0 with only 1 away. The Lobos looking for a double play ball to head into the dugout, only down 5. That one's going to be chopped over to third base, but it will be ruled foul. Close play there. It looked like he almost hit that third base bag.
Yeah. Umpire was in a good position to make the call, though. But yeah, it came within inches of hitting the bag.
Would have been an easy double play to make there. Stepping on third and throwing over to first. Regardless, a 2-1 count. Next pitch fouled straight back.
Well, if it hits the bag, you never know. It could like take a big hop into the outfield and score a couple runs.
After the foul ball, the count is 2-2. Darian Williams looking to push something in the outfield and bring in a couple more runs. That one swung on and missed, though. A slider. Nice off-speed pitch to the top of the strike zone.
Next up, number 4, Braden Murphy.
Just like that, Williams will be set down, and Braden Murphy will step up. Bases loaded, 2 away. Last opportunity for the Rebels here to bring in a couple of more runs as insurance before they head to the top of the 9th inning. First pitch, ball on the outside part of the plate. Count is 1-0. Murphy so far today, strikeout, single, a ground out to first base, and it was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. That one's just going to be chopped over to third base, an easy force out at third. So the Rebels, despite having bases loaded, won't bring any more across. They lead 8-3. As we head to the top of the 9th inning, the Rebels need 3 outs to close it out and win the series in this rubber match. We'll be right back with Ryan Gilder and Patrick Hogan on the call.
4th, really more versatile. For sure 4th, because you can pretty much eat anything with it. If you gotta drink something out of the bowl, you can just drink it out of the bowl. You don't need a spoon to do it.
I'd rather use a fork for the rest of my life. I don't use spoons that much. I can still eat cereal with a fork.
Leading off the ninth for New Mexico, third baseman number 7, Jeffrey David.
It's the top of the ninth. UNLV, they knew this was an important game, and their lineup's delivered so far. They're up 5 runs, 8-3, as they try to close it out against New Mexico. Jeffrey David steps in, now playing third base after he moved in the last inning, the last half inning for New Mexico. He'll face Lewick, who's going to try to close the game out for UNLV. And now the first pitch is inside, ball 1.
Yeah, UNLV needs to win this one just because of also Fresno State. Looks like they're gonna beat Nevada. They're up 8-1 right now in the top of the 5th.
Now there's one right in there to David to make it 1-1. And Lewick's 1-1 is on the way. Low and away for ball 2. Ashby lurks on deck. Runyon, the designated hitter, is in the hole as New Mexico tries to scratch out 5 runs here. And the 2-1 pitch is in there, a low strike to make it 2-2. Here it is. That one's chopped, fouled away. Count stays at 2-2. We'll reset, do it one more time.
I like that pitch there by Lewick. I want to see how he can adjust off of the breaking ball, see what pitch selection he does here. I would expect high fastball here, try to get a swing and a miss here at the 2-2 count.
Let's see what it is. Here's the 2-2. And that's low and away. Count goes full now to Jeffrey David, who's 0 for 4 on the day. He did reach base courtesy of a fielder's choice in the 5th inning, but did not score. Here's the full count pitch, and there's one rocketed into the gap in a left center field, but it's camped under by Sharman, who puts it away for the first out.
Next up, number 34, Lenny Jr. Ashby.
Ashby now making his 5th plate appearance for New Mexico. He's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. And the first pitch from Lewick, outside for a ball. UNLV shading Ashby very slightly to the right, and there's one inside. Quickly goes to 2-0 now.
It's a little bit surprising that they are shading him to the right side because he normally hits the ball towards the left side, as this one's hit to the left side.
Yeah, there's a pop up. The shortstop Myro, he's got it. He called it off. Moved a little to his right, and now one more out is all UNLV needs to put New Mexico away and take this series from the Lobos.
This is a must-win game for the Rebels, and if they could pull out this game and do some damage against Fresno State, they could possibly sneak into the playoffs as a 4 seed.
So it'll be Runyon, the designated hitter, to face Lewick in the first pitch, right there on the outside half for strike 1. Spenrath would be next if Runyon can extend the inning, and that one is chopped on the ground, softly to second. Here comes Horvat. He flips it over to first, and the ball game is over. UNLV puts away New Mexico 8-3, and they stay alive, live to fight another day in the Mountain West Conference.
Absolutely a must-win game there by the Hustlin Rebels. They were able to take care of business today But now we got to see what they can do next weekend against Fresno State.
The winning pitcher today is Zach Simon. Taking the loss will be
Isaac Gallegos.
Isaac Gallegos. I was looking for his first name, searching around for it. Isaac Gallegos will get the loss. Really a marvelous game by Simon. Worked through some trouble, limited the damage to really one problematic inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, totals from this
And Lewitt came in and calmed things down to close out the game.
I feel like they took care of business really well, the Hustlin Rebels, throughout this game and yesterday's game, but today they did a really good job offensively scoring enough runs. They scored 8 runs today. Defensively did a really good job, only gave up 3 runs today. So really good job by both sides of the field. The only thing that was wacky was that third baseline where both teams had some trouble catching balls over there. But other than that, I feel like the Rebels did a really good job today.
Yeah, it was outside of the sun making its presence felt, as you said. It was a pretty clean game. The Rebels had a good deal of timely hitting, timely pitching, limiting the damage to only 1 inning. And now they enter a very important series against Fresno State.
Here's the agenda. So next weekend is going to be against Fresno State. Then the weekend after is actually going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're going to be playing against Air Force. That Air Force series matters if UNLV can take care of business and sweep Fresno. UNLV really needs a sweep against Fresno State because they're down 3-0 because they got swept by Fresno State earlier in the season. So now they got to do the same thing. They got to beat Fresno State 3 times in a row at their place so that they can make this last series against Air Force at home count.
Any final thoughts, Donovan?
No, honestly, it's a great game out of the Rebels, and as the playoff push continues, you need those games against Fresno State, but it's going to be really tough on the road, a 3-game sweep, but Fresno State was able to do it once, and I feel like UNLV can do it again in the latter part of the season.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much it here for Burley Wilson Stadium. Thank you guys for joining and listening us today for Fresno State for New Mexico State versus UNLV. UNLV comes on top 8-3 and wins the series 2-1. We'll be back in 2 weeks for UNLV versus Air Force. So long from the Scarlet and Gray Free Press presenting the Hustlin' Rebels.